Uploading Nerdigans, this is the one and only Packer Girl 89. Today's Manga Nerdigan live reaction video is going to be for Shounen no Abyss, aka Boys Abyss Chapter 88. So before I get into this recap and live reaction, let me just remind you to hit that like, share, and subscribe buttons. And because, of course, this channel, let alone this video, are not sponsored. And I'm just on a non-stop high-speed struggle train heading into chaos and getting faster by the second. Seriously, we're talking panic attack, migraine-induced, and hyper-speed levels of struggle up in y'all. Seriously, we're struggling to keep a roof over our head. It is that bad. But if you love what we're doing and want to help keep this channel alive and kicking, feel free to hit up our Cash App and PayPal. Those links are in the description box below. So, well, last chapter was interesting because with Choco, remember, she has an eating disorder and it's been untreated for a very long time now. And when you have an untreated eating disorder like she does, your mind space is just all fucked up and she is extremely delusional. And when she went to the college that she was going to go to, she saw what she thought she was going to be and what she wanted to be. And you know what? I just realized this. What Gen told her on that bridge when Reiji, when she was trying to bring Reiji to the dark side, and he flat out said, "Look, Reiji don't want your ass. I don't want your ass. No one want your ass." It basically kind of verified and solidified what she believed, and she wants to die. And it's sad, but again, when you have an eating disorder like that on top of the other shit that she's dealing with, can you blame her? Well, she's gone now. She's gone onto the dark side. But where does that leave Reiji? Where does that leave Gen? Well, let's get to this chapter and find out. So, Towards the Dark. And this chapter is titled Old Acquaintance. Choco? Choco! Gen, I have to go after Choco. Why? You're the one who told her she can die. She can do as she pleases. She can go wherever if she wants to die. He's not wrong. She's a grown woman. Or does that bother you? You molded her into a Nagi Ao substitute. That's not... You must have been so happy seeing her sink deeper and deeper, right? Then you'd pretend to commit suicide with her? Dude, that's what... Remember, as Mori did that too, technically. Reiji's becoming his mama! He's becoming his parents. You just want a good excuse since you can't die by yourself. That you have no choice since she invited you to. He's becoming a lot like his papa, isn't he? Yeah, that's right. Ooh. That's the reason again. Now let me go. I'm going to find Choco. Stop playing games. Who needs to stop here? Again, I've always hated you. But I want to point out the lighting here. The light is great. You have the darkness, the dark side. And then you have this light going where the light is right here. And I feel like this light is kind of probably representing like epiphany and enlightenment. God, that sounds cheesy. But you also have the yin yang motif going on between Gen and Reiji. I love it. Manga Illuminati is real. Anyway, but dude, this is like a night of revelation, isn't it? But let's be real. This is some karma on Choco's part. Because remember, Choco has always been looking down on Reiji. And Gen has been looking down on Reiji too, technically. Isn't it obvious you slapped me, kicked me, made a gopher of me for years on end? It's not just because of my family that I thought about wanting to die when Nagi invited me. I also wanted to be free of you. Remember what was said about Nagi being the one to set Reiji free? Because Mori said that shit. And Reiji did not... have the mindset he wasn't ready for it. I think Reiji is ready for it now. Ever since he came to Tokyo, and remember what he said about that when they were heading into Tokyo about driving away or about that trip to the beach, and then really finally going and leaving the town. I think once he left the town, or at least this time he left the town, I think he's ready. I think he's ready to be liberated. I really do. Even if you think by telling me now I'll be grateful to you, how could I thank you for all of that? Ooh. It's impossible to go back to the way things were. Again, the thing you wish for, what? The thing I wish for, and what's that? You think I'd say I want to be with you? That's not what I want. I just want, Gen, you like my mom, right? I knew something. Remember when we saw Gen with Yuko? And we thought that something was sus? Ooh, bitch, something was sus. And we knew there was emotional manipulation going on, too. Woo! I saw you. You played with the cigarettes or lipsticks my mom used. Her clothes, even her underwear, how you touched them. Well, now it's 50 Shades of Gen. Look at that smile on his face. They needed this. Did Mom ask you to kill my dad? Well, stepdad. That must have hurt you being manipulated like that. But you absolutely couldn't talk about it, so you came to think you did it for my sake. And that's where your feelings for me came from. This reality check, this intervention needed to happen. Everybody's getting an intervention today. Choco got her intervention technically when Gen said the shit that he did. He wasn't wrong. Was it fucked up how he said it? Yeah. Probably was a little fucked up with how he said it. But he wasn't wrong either. But now, Chaco and Reiji are having their own interventions. They're giving each other their own little interventions. But this is something that Gen has needed to face for a very long time. And he hasn't been able to face it. But now, it's interesting how Reiji is liberating Gen with this. Right? You should just hate me. After all, I can't possibly feel something for you now, Gen. Look at him standing in this darkness. Because Gen's like, what the fuck do I do? He's left in the dark. This might be the last time we ever see Gen. But it's very interesting, isn't it? All these patterns that are happening here. Reiji is really becoming his parents, isn't he? He's becoming like his Mori and Mama Yuko, leaving emotional damage in his wake. But again, this is something that Gen needed to hear. You know what? This is that smile on his face. I'm gonna say this. This is something that Gen has been waiting to hear. He needed to hear this. But this also kind of confirms what I thought, is that if Yuko wouldn't have emotionally manipulated him like that, and psychologically manipulated him like that, Gen wouldn't have been homo like that for Reiji. Nah. Would he be friends with Reiji? I don't know. That's another thing. I don't know if he would have even been friends with Reiji. But now you got to raise the question if he was molested by her or not. That's something we don't know, if he was molested by her. We know, because it seems that from what we saw not a while ago, that something went down. Or that they were getting down to business, but I don't know about the molestation. I don't know. It seems more than likely. It probably. I'm guessing that it's possible. But anyways. Look at that. Shibusawa's been calling. But he's calling Chaco. Good on you, Reiji. Don't answer, Shibusawa. The device you're trying to connect to is currently either without service or... Do you think Choco... Ooh, now we gotta wonder. Is Choco gone? Seems to me Choco might be gone. Mishibusawa is saying, I'm really worried about you. Mishiba, I'm sorry. I'm not the kind of person who deserves to have people worry about me like that. You molded her into a Nagi Ao substitute. Well, remember what Izumori said? That Nagi was going to be the angel that set him free. Izumori's right. Thank you, Ray. The truth is, I've always wanted to become a main character, like in Kosaku Izumori's books. Woo! Well, Izumori saved Choco. He could be the one to save her. Just like Nagi would save Reiji. That's an interesting thought. It's all my fault. I'm terribly sorry. I'll do anything. Go anywhere. Tell me if you know where he is. I'll definitely bring him back to you. There's Yuko. Oh, it makes sense why she was not happy when Reiji left. Goes back to when Izumori left. Bitch, you were stupid. He wanted to take you with him, and you said no. Moron. Not again. Hey, perfect transition, right? Hey there, it's been a while, Reiji. Mr. Izumori, his last resort is... I'm guessing he has cancer. That's my guess. But isn't it interesting how you notice with Gen, and I've noticed this a lot, this pattern, because I've had a lot of guy friends, I've had a lot of girlfriends, but I've noticed with us women, we are about, like, we play games, and it's a lot of psychological warfare and all that shit. We do that all the time. And you see it, it's definitely here in this manga. You see that. But you look at Reiji and Gen, because you men are straightforward. Look at that. They were straightforward. Reiji was straightforward with Gen. He told him what he thought. Same with Gen. Gen was straightforward with Reiji. And look how it worked out. They actually were... Gen was kind of shook for a sec. Actually, Gen was smiling for a sec because you could tell that's what he needed to hear. He was shook and then he smiled because he knew he needed to hear the shit. Let's be real. But Choco, when we saw at the end of last chapter, or when we saw in last chapter when Gen was being brutally honest with Choco, she couldn't handle it. But again, Choco's in a really fragile state because of the eating disorder and all that. It's just, I just find it fascinating that Reiji and Gen, straightforward as fuck, they just talked it out. Gen was like, he was smiled because he's like, okay, dude, Reiji knows what's going on. All right, makes it easier. I'm shook that, like, he knows what's going down, and this is shit that I definitely needed to hear. And also, I didn't realize that he knew what was going on with me better than I even knew. And I'm glad I heard this. That's what it seemed like to me. And in regards to Reiji, it seemed like he understood it too. This is something that he needed to hear as well. But then going back to Choco, is it too late for her? I don't know. As long as she's alive, it's probably never too late. But you could compare Choco to Yuko in a way. That's actually a good point. You could compare Choco to Yuko. Could. Like, that's an interesting thought, that Choco and Nagi are like two sides of Yuko. Where Nagi is the idle side. that that Nagi is what Yuko was striving to be. That was Yuko's dream, and Chako is the darker side of, because she's the dark side while Nagi is the light side. Hell, seriously, Chako went to the dark side. Remember, Yuko was she was abused. Her parents were obviously way worse uh, than Chaco's parents, but remember they robbed her. Her parents robbed her of her dreams and all that. Same with Chaco's parents, and they were both negligent. It's very interesting, isn't it? But it'll be very interesting to see if Chaco is alive or not. And it'll be very interesting because it looks like as Mori is dying, will Yuko make it there in time? Because Yuko still loves his Mori. She probably would want to be with him one last time. I'm very curious what you guys think. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Nerdigans Inc. Love what I'm doing. I'm going to help keep this channel alive and kicking so I can keep bringing you more Shounen no Abyss content. A few ways you can do that. Donate to my Cash App, PayPal, Patreon, purchase something off my Amazon wishlist. All that's in the description box below. Also, make sure you follow me on Twitter, Twitch, Discord, friend me on PlayStation Network. That's in the description box below as well. Till next time, Nerdigans, I will be seeing you later. Bye.